Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video, got a lot of exciting news from Top Shot recently. If you remember, I put out that video where Top Shot was leaving us in the dark a little bit after these massive pack drops of these so many moments into circulation, and then the market just crashed after that. So my prediction was they're taking a little time off to figure out a new plan to try to fix the market and kind of get rid of some of these moments that are just so many, especially we have all these 60K moments coming out. Like you see here, this Rudy Gay out of 60K. There's just a ton of them being released. Still more to come in Series 3 of new 60K moments. So with all these being released and just so many moments, they figured out a way that should help the market. And I think it's pretty cool, and I think it's a good idea. It's also rewarding trade ticket collectors who were buying moments for $1 and trading those in for trade tickets. So essentially, if we look at this one in particular, which is why I'm on Rudy Gay here, you can see that there is almost 14,000 of this moment in particular already in the locker room. So obviously 60,000 minus about 14,000, there's 46,000 now is essentially the count on this. And while this isn't technically burning moments, we'll get into why it actually works in the same type of way. But if we come look at this one on Evaluate Market, we should be able to see here, and you can actually see it just from the 7-day graph, is that a lot of people were buying this at $1, a lot of 60K moments at $1. Then when they announced that these packs were going to be just trade tickets, people stopped selling their moments, their 60K moments for $1. Definitely rose the floor on these moments. You could see that some of the lower serials are going for $3 now, but very few $1 sales, particularly on this moment, but it's basically the same for every 60K moment now. So good to raise the floor up a bit. But what it also does, and we're going to look at this blog post, it breaks it down pretty well, is it removes a lot of moments from circulation. So the obvious is every moment traded into the locker room generates one trade ticket. But an important note here is moments from the locker room can only be sold for a cost greater than one trade ticket. So what that means is essentially if you want to get moments out of the locker room, you're going to have to trade in 2 trade tickets just to get one. It's never going to be a 1-for-1 or say a scenario where you can trade in one moment to get 2 moments out of the locker room. So the scenarios they break down, which I'll show you here in a minute, shows that the only way to get moments out of the locker room is to buy a locker room pack, and those are costing 4 trade tickets for 3 moments. So it's just going to keep essentially burning moments. And from these pack drops this week, it's going to result in 500,000 new moments being removed from circulation, and they break down exactly how that worked. So looking down here, if someone is to buy an elite pack with these trade tickets, which is necessary, it's going to remove 20 moments from NBA Top Shot. So basically, if we break down the math, it costs 25 trade tickets to get one of these packs, and you get 5 in return. So 25 minus 5 is where they're getting this. Standard packs is going to remove 6. It costs 10 trade tickets for a standard pack, and you get 4 moments back. And then obviously Series 1 reserve packs are available once a month for 350 trade tickets, and you get 4 moments back. So that removes 346 total moments. And then I believe the only way to get moments out of the locker room is to buy a locker room pack, and that costs 4 trade tickets, but you get 3 back, so it removes 1. So as these drops happening, a lot of people are going to be burning 60K moments. As we saw with this Rudy Gay moment, already almost 14,000 have been sent to the locker room, and I mean, obviously some more are going to be released during this pack drop. So, and there's still 15,000 hidden in packs, but a lot of examples. We can check out another 60K moment. Here's a Nurkic, and this one only 8,500 in the locker room, but still 29,000 in packs. So actually one of the first players to get a 60K moment was Cam Reddish, and you can see this one is now in LE, but I'd be curious just to see how many have burned here. So only almost 12,000, but there's still 14,000 hidden in packs, which I did not expect for this first one that was minted, I guess, probably in November. There's still 14,000 still to be distributed for this one. Here's another one, Marcus Morris, that has more. This is the most I've seen, almost 15,000 in the locker room currently. And another thing that people are doing, if we just search Top Shot Burn on Twitter, we hit this. It's pretty funny. It's called the Brownout, where people are sending Bruce Brown 60K moments to Roham's locked account. And basically, that's essentially burning them because he's not going to be able to sell them. So if everyone just sends their Bruce Brown to Roham, it'll essentially burn a bunch of Bruce Brown 60K moments. Just kind of a funny burning thing that people are doing right now. So I actually own 2 Bruce Browns. I don't know if I'm going to get in on this burning by sending them to Roham, but I'd be curious of how many he owns now after this. You can see a good amount of people are talking about this. Here's another one. That's some interesting other stats on here from John Jackson. He said this back on March 1st. I believe that's before they even announced this, but he said if Top Shot allowed people to use only trade tickets for one pack drop, it would effectively burn 5% of Series 3 base moment supply. So they said they're burning essentially 500,000. And I'm not exactly sure if that does come out to 5% or not, but definitely an interesting stat. Another interesting tweet he had here is when I talked about the market going down, it was because these drops for All-Star Game in particular, these 3 drops happened so fast, one after another. Honestly, I thought that they were all over 1 million, but maybe they weren't. But then you could see how many new moments are being added into circulation from All-Star Game 4 drop, which is actually negative moments. So instead of adding 450,000 moments, they're actually getting rid of 391,000, which with everything else, I think they actually said comes out to 500,000. But interesting, I think it is definitely going to be helping the market after this drop. So I'm very curious to see what happens. And if we look at another 60K here, you can see these moments aren't actually getting burned. There's none burned. They're just in the locker room, which is, like I tried to explain in this video, I don't know if I did a great job. They're technically burned because to get them out, you got to trade in more moments than you're going to get back. But Top Shot actually did burn some moments. So it was Western Conference Finals Series 1 and then Eastern Conference Finals Series 1, I believe. So if we look at these, this LeBron, it's out of 999 now. But you could see they actually burned 459 of them. So this moment's really out of about 550. If you add up these numbers, 455 plus 55 gets you 510 plus 30 gets you to 540. So this one's really out of 540, which is interesting. If you don't remember them burning these, they actually burned them, it says here, on November 2021. So I thought it'd be interesting to look what the price did once these moments got burned. You would think that the price would jump up on them, but if we actually look at this graph all time, in November, they were selling for $2,800 at minimum, and then just the next month, this one went down below 2,000 actually. So actually a pretty big drop off, like $1,000 drop off, which was interesting from the burning of these moments. I know some people said that they don't think burning is good for the actual market, which I guess this kind of proves it in this case, just looking at this moment, how it had a significant drop off in price. But also the market just dropped off at this point. If you remember back in November from December, it was a pretty big market drop off, and then it went back up in February. But you could see even when we thought we were at a high in February, this moment was only 2,300, and before the burning, I mean, it was even up in 4,000 back in the fall. So the last thing that Top Shot did is they did this wheel flash challenge, which got people involved in a live stream on YouTube and Twitch. Basically, they set up a flash challenge. I guess they haven't put out the blog post yet on it, but there's a flash challenge tonight. And basically, it created some fat bottlenecks. One of the requirements for the challenge is to have a rare or legendary from the Rockets and Heat game, and I think it was first to get 7 rebounds. So you're looking at probably Christian Wood or Bam Adebayo are the most likely candidates. And if we look at Wood here, he doesn't have that many rare moments. He has 1 out of 299, and then he has some legendaries. Obviously, are going to be out of 100 or less, and then his other rare is actually only out of 77. It looks like it was a reward for something I can't exactly remember. Probably just a MGLE drop. But if he wins, this challenge is going to be probably less than 300 people completing it. Another one, I'm pretty sure PJ Tucker's playing tonight, but if he is, this one's only out of 299. Definitely check. But if you want to invest in this moment for the Flash Challenge, but this would be even more of a bottleneck for the challenge. And then I believe the top scorer was the Mavericks Jazz game, and you need the Top Shot debut, which obviously we got Luka. And if we're just looking at his debut, this could be a very expensive challenge. His debut, if you add all of these up, looks like there's about 1,800 moments for his debut, but the cheapest one is $2,300. And then for the Jazz, I would think Donovan Mitchell would maybe be the other one. And then again, his would even bottleneck it more, but it's only 500 for his debut instead of 2,000. So I guess in this challenge, we're hoping that a Miami Heat or Houston Rocket that doesn't have a rare or a legendary hits, and then also Luka and Davion Mitchell or Donovan Mitchell don't hit in this challenge. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video on the new pack drops, how they're essentially burning moments, and the new Flash Challenge, which is pretty cool. If you did, definitely check out the video. It's going to be linked down here in the card. It's 4 ways you can still make money on Top Shot during this market. It's obviously going to be around challenges and flipping moments and things like that. So definitely check that one out. A lot of good stuff in there. A little spoiler, I actually like to hold 60K moments. I've had success selling some of them in challenges, but that's just me. I don't know if I'm going to be trading in to get these trade tickets. Let me know if you are for this pack drop coming up. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you guys in another video.